Good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to be here as the MC of this third phase of the Quinnipiac River Linear Trail. This is quite an exciting day because I know this committee has worked so hard over the last decade to make this to happen. Before we start the procedures, I just want to pause for a moment and reflect on those police officers that lost their life in Dallas, Texas. So if we could just take a moment to reflect on those officers as well as our own officers here in Wallingford who put their lives on the line every day they report to work.
Is that like a hint or something?
Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to introduce some of the dignitaries that are here with us first. And I know I've seen him, I didn't get a chance to shake his hand, but Honorable William Dickinson, there he is. And he'll be up at the podium in just a few moments. Thank you, Bill. Town Engineer Rob Baltramitis was here and unfortunately had to go back to his office, but he wishes everyone all the best. Rob had a great deal of involvement in this project. He's a wonderful town engineer, if you don't know that already. But he did have to go back to his office. State Representative Mary Mushinsky. I'm going to introduce you right now as a state representative because I know you've had so much more involvement on this project. But right now, if you would just accept state representative, we're going to have you up to the microphone as well. Where are you, Mary? There you are. There's also the co-chair of this wonderful advisory committee. Kathy Granucci is co-chair along with Mary. Where are you, Kathy?
She's right here.
There you are. Stand up. Oh, you are standing up. Don't get me for that one. I'm sorry. Patrick Reynolds is here from the Board of Education. Where are you, Pat? There he is. My colleague, friend, and nemesis on the council, Craig Fishbein. Where are you? There he is, and his wife Rhonda is with him as well. One of my favorite police chiefs is here as well, Chief Bill Wright, in the back of the room. And he is with one of his officers. Is there anyone here representing Congresswoman DeLauro? Okay. Chris Fletcher, are you here? He's coming? Okay. Mr. Rediker from the Department of Transportation, right there. James Rediker, Commissioner of the Department of Transportation. Lori Giannotti. Lori? There's Lori. Lori is the Connecticut State Parks Trails and Greenway Program, Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Services. Is my friend Vinnie Candelora here? I didn't see him. Nope, okay. Denise Canning, are you here? Kyle Schultz, Lukasik from Schultz Construction Company. There they are right there. Those are the gentlemen that made this possible. Great job. John Gilmore. John, are you here? John represents Malone and McBroom. Sergeant Shelley Semselski from the Community Bike Patrol. Now, she's not here, Chief? Okay, thank you. Is Maria Harlow here? I haven't seen my favorite Colombian.
Steve Knight is here.
Steve Knight is here, representing SCA. Where's Steve? My former counselor, Steve Knight, in the back. And Elaine, is Sean here?
He's on his way.
Sean Doherty's on his way from, of course, he's the CEO of the Wallingford YMCA. Mr. Ahern and Mr. Rogers, are you here?
They're working.
They're working. Most likely. You know, Donald Ahern built the first house I lived in when I was just a kid. And it's the house that still holds the most memories for us. He's been a builder in town a long time, as well as Rusty Rogers. Oh, there's Sean. Sean Doherty, CEO of the Wallingford YMCA. Is Paul Hammer here? Paul? There's Paul. If you've gotten a ride by Paul, look at him. Paul runs a pedicab. He's the operator, donating his payment to give bikes to the needy. Thank you so much, Paul. What a worthy charity that is. Tim Fogel. Tim, are you here? Yep. There's Tim. Tim is the chairman of the Meriden Linear Trail Committee. Okay, I'm going to first invite Mayor William Dickinson to the podium. Mayor?
Well, it is an exciting afternoon. We only waited about 10 years. Good things take patience, and this certainly is a good thing. I have something I want to share with you. It's titled, On the Grand Opening of the Quinnipiac Linear Trail and Bridge Phase 3. With due credit to Dr. Seuss, oh, the places you'll go. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. One place you can go is the linear trail down by the Quinnipiac with ducks, frogs, and quail. It's a wonderful place to run, hop, and walk, to sightsee with friends, and bike ride and talk. Yes, Kathy Granucci and Mary Mashinsky co-chair the QLT Advisory Committee. Phase 3 was the goal, a mile of new trail, from tunnel to island. We just cannot fail to open a pathway for explorers, of course, to exit the tunnel and set bearings due north. Access was needed for the river's east bank. Cobra Auto said yes, and we give them our thanks. Led by town engineering with Thompson, Baltramitis, the work was completed by the best and the brightest. with purchasing and contracts and DOT specs, just keep moving forward and we'll get there yet. 10 years to do planning, design, and permits in hand. Schultz Construction Corporation stood tall, had the sand to commit to construction. They did not fall behind. They completed the project on budget and on time. A new 1/10 of a mile of a trail of macadam. People just marvel from Norfolk to Haddam. A steel truss new bridge, at least 10 feet wide, to keep your feet nice and dry or the Quinnipiac's tide. And so on July 8th, to all who so dreamed, to the neighbors we worked with, like Yalesville on the green, proud citizens we stand on Yalesville's fireworks aisle, and behold there before us stretches 9/10 of a mile. The QRL Trail, it beckons to all. Please come and enjoy me, spring, summer, and fall! Congratulations to everyone. It truly takes so many people. The volunteers, most particularly, keeping that dream in focus, and then all of the technical people and those who do the construction. We appreciate and respect all of you. Thank you very much. On behalf of
the team. You know, I wonder why he called me the other day and asked me what rhymes with McBroom. And on time and within budget, who do you people think you are? That's not the way we do things around here. We do in Wallingford. We don't do it the state way, but we do in Wallingford that way. You know, there's a couple of people that I failed to recognize. Dennis Benito and his team over here for the music. And the podium, the setup, everything. Thank you all. And we've got a gentleman here who is one of those rare few that served in World War II, Bill Holroyd, right here. Things like that. Okay. I think I'm going to ask the co-chair of the Quinnipiac River Linear Trail Advisory Committee. Geez, we got to shorten that. How do you get that on a shirt? She's also a state representative, and I know how dedicated she is to this entire area. And she has been there since the beginning. Please welcome to the podium Representative Mary Mashinsky.
Well, it is a happy day for all of us on the trail committee, and I agree with the mayor. And that was a funny poem, by the way, wasn't it? But I agree with the mayor that unless everyone worked together on this in a bipartisan way, in good faith, and we're in it for the long haul, we would not be here today celebrating this. There were some dark days, trail committee can tell you, where we were in despair. Could we ever get through this obstacle or that obstacle? And we just took a day off to rest, and then came back in and started battling again. We had many argumentative meetings with DOT and DEP. And yet, everyone wanted the project to succeed, and so we would redesign or move something or find additional funds or whatever it took. And finally, because everyone was of good faith and they wanted it to succeed, it succeeded, and that's why we're here today for the ribbon cutting. I have to acknowledge the funding help from our congressional folks who are all voting in DC today, so they can't come. But Congresswoman DeLauro, retired Senator Joe Lieberman, retired Senator Chris Dodd in particular, helped us get 3 federal grants. We had 2 state grants, and retired State Senator Brian McDermott and myself worked on those. And Senator Pisano came with me to argue with the DOT. We had some brawls around conference tables about why we could or couldn't do something a certain way, and kept leaning on them. The committee would come up to the conference table and sit around and all yell at the regulators together, and then everybody went home determined to find a way around whatever the technical problem was. We had to work around an endangered species, which is there are only 4 places it exists, and one of them is right here. We had to move our bridge to not flatten the endangered species false mermaid weed. We had bad flood maps. We had a lack of access to get the construction equipment in here, and we had to have the help of Cobra also, as you said, to temporarily move equipment over their property. And they've put all grass down to erase any trace of all of our trampling on their property. The state agencies really did smooth the way, and Lori Giannotti, I have to point her out because she helped us with the surveys we had to do to be legal. But she found ways of combining the surveys that were already being done so that we didn't have to order another one. And she bent over backwards to help us. And Bill Grant at the DOT, at one point we went to him and we said, because we've had to change the trail to get away from the endangered species, we ran out of money. What are we going to do? Can you help us? And he actually scrounged around and with the commissioner's help, and they found money that hadn't been expended in some other project, and we got it. So we were able to get over that problem. Mayor Dickinson and the town councilors authorized the town to the partnership, and without their support, we couldn't have done it. We couldn't have accepted the grants. That was important. The town received the land, which came from DOT. I forgot about that, Commissioner. You actually traded some land to us too, so we could get in here. Our previous co-chairman was a great help. She went to these battling sessions, Lynn Hoffman. She's going to try to get here today from her job if she can. And if you see her, thank her, because she put in a lot of time before Kathy Bernucci became co-chair. The members of the committee, very persistent. They're the most stubborn bunch of individuals you'd ever want to meet.
Oh, yeah.
They just will not quit. And that's good. If they weren't so stubborn and so difficult, then we wouldn't be here today to finish the project. Terrific work by the contractor Schultz and the designers Malone and McBroom. They had to overcome, again, many technical obstacles. And I want to thank Tim Galuli of our committee and his Kiwanis team for having Paul Hammer come up and give rides to folks who cannot walk the trail but would love to see it. That was a very decent thing of you to do, Tim and Kiwanis. So it's a joyous day. It's the first, if you think about this, if you look at old maps of Wallingford, which Sally Tremaine and I have been doing to write the information for the kiosk, but if you look at the old maps, the old way to get here from Wallingford to Yalesville was a ford across the river. They'd drive the horse and wagon across the river, and that's where Hosford Street comes from. It's Horse Ford, shortened to Hosford. And that was how they got from one end of Wallingford to the other end of Wallingford. And since that time, there has not been a good, safe, scenic way to get from one end of town to the other until now. And now you can start on the Wallingford side, walk or bicycle through here, and there's a rollerblade or two that comes through here. And no cars. You'll just be yourselves. You can talk, you can listen to the birds and look at the animals running by. And it's the first safe and healthy connection between Wallingford Center and Yalesville for pedestrians and cyclists since the early 1800s, before there was a highway or community lake even. And you would take your horse across the river. So we're just so thrilled to have this joyous occasion, and I hope Kathy will come up and say a few words too before we cut the ribbon. And thank you, Councilor Sullivan, for being our MC.
Thank you so much. I'm bigger than I look, actually. This day that we've waited for so long has been an absolute delight for me. I have hugged and greeted so many people who are loving this trail, enjoying it. It is changing lives, and these are also people who have helped us so much all these years. The loyalty and dedication that we have had has been overwhelming. And I know Schultz Construction and John Thompson and Rob and the mayor, the town council, now the police bike patrol. So many things are touching our lives every single day, and we are, as I said, we're making a difference. The big thing is that without our committee having stayed together, this would not be happening. When we wanted to build, another mile, we just said, Mary, go get another couple of $1 million. And she did that. She's very good at that. That's her expertise on the committee. And then we have Elaine Doherty, who does so much. It's just amazing. She put this whole thing together. She does so much work for us. And without it, this wouldn't have happened today. But again, from day one, Elaine Doherty. With his castle-like vehicle that can hold all of our trail stuff, and just again from day one being dragged through rivers, trying to do some maintenance for us, and almost giving his life for us. So there's Tim Galuli. Jonathan here today. He's been our secretary. Sally Tremaine is filling in for him, and she has been here today helping to set up, and she's always at all of our events and helping. Is Sally here?
Yeah.
Okay, Sally. And we have Angela, who is here, who always helps us with our cleanups. She's our photographer, and she helps with the horse-drawn carriage ride. So with that, we hope to be doing more events here on the trail. We have further plans. We're not done yet, and we're going to go hopefully hook up with North Haven. We're going to hook up with Meriden. And so those plans are in the works, and we are also planning a senior center, that loop that we've had funding for some time. So we'll see you at Celebrate Wallingford. And we will see you at the horse-drawn carriage ride on the trail in November, and that is Thanksgiving weekend. But without further ado, we're going to have the ribbon cutting on the bridge. On your way back, there should still be some water left, there'll be some food left, and we have a whole table with logo items for the trail that we would love to be selling today. So, thank you. And we will also be having a cake. So please stick around. Now we're going to take a walk down to the bridge. Thank you.
Oh, hold on, folks. Don't let off yet. Just got. Before we run off to the bridge, Chris Fletcher is here. Chris, where are you? I saw you come in. Chris Fletcher from Len Fasano's office. Chris, do you have any message from Senator Fasano you'd like to share? Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, I will do that. Commissioner James Redeker, would you like to come up and say a few words, sir? Let's give him a round of applause.
A simple word of congratulations to all. Events like this for the DOT represent things that we don't normally get to celebrate. We can build a Quinnipiac River Bridge for $2 billion and no one would ever get to appreciate what we build like what you're going to appreciate here in Wallingford. And so for us this means a lot because it's an opportunity for us to give directly to the community, and it's usually money and it's usually some support, but it would never happen without all the people in this tent, outside the tent, everybody who pitched in to make it happen. And it really is what the transportation system in Connecticut is about. It's about people's lives, their welfare, their health, and their happiness, and we're happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Mary, help me out. Did we miss anybody? Is there anybody else you'd like to have come to the microphone? This is a special day. Although everybody's hot, I know you want to get down. I know that. Commissioner's laughing. He knows. It's like, all right, John, let's go. All right, let's go cut the ribbon.
Yeah, well, I know. Oh, I'm behind somebody. They're not. Nobody's moving for me.
Hold the ribbon.
All right, have your cameras ready because we're going to cut the ribbon in just a moment. I do want to recognize Lynn Hoffman, who just showed up. She was one of the co-chairs of this committee at the very beginning. Yes. And according to what the current co-chairs are saying, I know she worked very hard.
Absolutely.
They've confirmed that earlier, so let's give a round of applause for Lynn Hoffman.
Come on up.
Come on up, Lynn. Can you see her?
Look, I told you how stubborn they all are. I just told her to come here for the ribbon cutting. She said, no, I've got to get to the island first.
All right. Now,
She just walked away.
I normally don't have this much power as a counselor, but this agenda, this piece of paper, gives me the authority to ask the mayor, Mary, the chairs, to all.
Co-chairs will cut.
Co-chairs will cut.
But we're all going to do a countdown.
Yes,
okay,
good idea.
ready? Help me with the numbers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Phase 3 of the Quinnipiac River Linear Trail is officially open for the community to enjoy.